Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a quick little kidney update, pregnancy update. Today's the 27th, I'm due on the 1st, so I'm due in 4 days, so I'm 39 weeks pregnant right now. This is probably going to be the last time I do an update for you guys before my baby is born. So I want to say a couple things. The background, I'm at my mom's house, so that's the different background. I don't have my camera, so I am using the webcam on a laptop, and I don't have any makeup or anything on. This is just a totally impromptu. I want to tell you guys and share with you what's been going on, and if I wait, who knows if it will ever make it, the story make it to you guys. I did a video a couple weeks ago talking to you guys about the kidney issues I've been having. I'll link it right here. I'll try to link it for you guys. But you can go back a couple videos and find it that way too. Basically, it just talks about that I've had recurrent kidney infections, and I kind of tell you guys the story in the background of all of that. Let's go back to 37 weeks pregnant. I was having really bad cramping, really intense pain every like 2 to 3 minutes, and just really bad cramping. And I also was having really terrible pain in my kidney, and so I thought I had another kidney infection, and that in combination with having the pain every 2 to 3 minutes apart was enough to where I decided that I needed to go to a hospital. And we were not near the birth center yet, so it wasn't an option to go to the birth center. We were still at home and hadn't traveled to where the birth center was located at yet, so we went to the hospital. And it's basically a glorified doctor's office. It's 40 minutes from our house, but it's hardly even qualifies as a hospital. I will, but to sum up, I was treated horribly there. They didn't agree with the route that I chose to have my baby with a midwife and the birth center, and basically hooked me up on monitors. I was having contractions every 2 to 3 minutes, but they were not dilating me. The contractions weren't dilating me. I was still staying at 1 centimeter, which is what I had been at for that whole week before. And so nothing was happening with it. I was having contractions every 2 to 3 minutes, but they weren't changing anything for me. And the kidney pain, they did a urine culture, said they think that I might have a kidney infection. He gave me, the doctor that was there, gave me 1 dose of an oral antibiotic, 100 milligram macrobid. And keep in mind that I've already been on antibiotics, oral antibiotics, throughout the end of my pregnancy. At this point, at that point, I was taking an oral antibiotic every day. So it was kind of silly that he gave me another oral antibiotic. I haven't gotten the bill from that yet, but I'm sure I'll be even more upset when I see how much they charged me for the care that I received. And then he basically told me I needed to go see my own doctor, or my own midwife. If that's the route I wanted to go, then I needed to go that route, and I needed to go see my midwife and not go to his hospital, basically. So, I was just kind of in shell shock when all this happened. If I could go back now, I would have probably thrown a little bit more of a fit when all this was happening, and asked to talk to someone else, and insisted that I receive the care and all that kind of stuff. But I was just kind of shocked that all this was happening. It was also like the middle of the night, and me and my husband were both very tired and sleep deprived. And so yes, so try to make this video very long. This is my 3rd time filming it. The first time it was too long, and the second time I filmed it, and then I couldn't get it to import to iMovie because I'm not used to filming on a webcam. So this is my 3rd time, so I'm going to try not to make this too long. But it's my 3rd time telling the story, so I might have a hard time bouncing back and forth. Anyway, talked to my midwife. It was like 5 in the morning when I finally left the hospital. She said, well, we can't, there's nothing we can really do right now. She was 3.5 hours away from me. She said, take a Tylenol PM, go to sleep. Hopefully we'll get the urine cultures back in the morning, and we'll have enough information to find out if you have a kidney infection, and the best way that we should go about treating that kidney infection based on how the cultures come out and what bacteria it is, and all that fun stuff. So, go home, I take the Tylenol PM. It does not even touch the pain that I'm in, both cramping and also in my kidney. So I am able to fall asleep after a little while. I wake up about an hour later, and I'm vomiting. I've got the shakes. I've got the chills. It's just a really bad experience for me and my husband. Just leave it at that. So I don't think to call. I don't want to call her. It would still be to the point where like the office is closed. So I'd have to they'd have to page her and have her call me back and blah 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 blah. So I just didn't want to go through all that. I thought that it was fine. It was just I had been vomiting on and off throughout my pregnancy anyway. So this one was a little bit more intense, but I wasn't going to call her just to tell her that I was vomiting. I didn't feel like it warranted that. So I, about an hour later, was able to fall back asleep, slept for a few hours, woke up around 11 a.m., and called her and told her what had happened the night before, the vomiting and the shakes and the chills, and, but my kidney was actually hurting a little bit less than what it was before, after I had slept. It was actually hurting a little bit less, and I told her that too, and I could hear in her voice she was a little bit concerned, and she was like, well, I think we'd like to go ahead and just have you come up today, and we'd like to take a look at you in person. So I was like, okay, we were planning on going up there the next day anyway, so I was like, alright, that doesn't really change our plans that much. So, we kind of go about getting, what is this? We start going about getting ready. I don't think it's that big of a deal, so I'm kind of taking my time. I'm making an effort to be getting out the door, but I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off or anything. She wanted me to go to the hospital. They collaborate with a hospital, and they have a doctor there that they collaborate. If anything's outside of their scope or anything like that, they talk to, and the doctor in a hospital that they collaborate with. So she was talking to that doctor and everything about everything that was going on with me, and it was that hospital she wanted me to go to, not to the birth center. She wanted me to go to the hospital to get checked out. So I was thinking, like, if I get there after 5, it's not like they're going to be closed or something, right? So it's not that big of a deal. So I'm going about getting ready. She calls me about an hour later and is like, have you left? Where are you? What's going on? How do you feel? So I'm like, I'm just getting stuff ready and like blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay, well, I don't want to freak you out, but we, meaning her and the doctor that they collaborate with, the OB, we're a little bit concerned that you might go septic or could go septic. I said that you could go septic or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll hurry. And I didn't really know what septic meant. Like, I knew it was bad, but I didn't really know, like, what exactly it was. So I get off the phone with her and I go to my husband and I'm like, they think I could go septic. And he looked like he saw a ghost. And he was just like, and started like running around the house. And so, of course, I'm like, okay, what does this even mean? So then I Google it. And it's basically when, like, you have an infection that spreads and your organs fail and you die. Like, I mean, it's more complicated than that. But that's the gist of it. Like, you die. That's the end of it, is that you die. So, yeah, that kind of freaked us out, and we got out the door pretty quick. And we were going up there, and the hospital was supposed to fax over what cultures they had from me from the night before and all that kind of stuff. So she calls me on the way there and says that she had gotten some of it wasn't all my complete records from the night before, but it was enough to where, my nails were like all chipped and jacked up, sorry guys, but it was enough of the records to where she felt confident that I did not have a kidney infection, and you have to have an infection to go septic, so I was not going septic. But I was having the kidney pain, and they believed that I was having the kidney pain because I've had recurrent kidney infections this whole pregnancy, so they were like, this girl knows what kidney pain is, so she's saying she's having kidney pain, and it's really bad. We believe her, and there's something going on. So they ordered an ultrasound on my kidneys. And it was late Friday, then that happened, so I had the ultrasound the beginning of the next week. Sorry, I'm like super pregnant, so it's like hard to be comfortable. So I'm like moving around. I'm sorry, guys. So I go and get the ultrasound done, and my dad has polycystic kidney disease, so automatically I have a 50% chance to get polycystic kidney disease because he has it. And it's just, you can look it up what it is if you want. if you want to. I'm not going to get into it, but it's a really bad thing that you do not want to have. So there was a lot of fear that I was going to have that, especially with all the kidney problems I've been having. So that's what the biggest fear in the ultrasound was, that we would find out that I had polycystic kidney disease. And my kidneys didn't have any cysts on them, so it looks pretty good chance that I do not have polycystic kidney disease, which is really, really good news. So they did find out that I have hydronephrosis. Basically, there's a blockage between, and I'm not a doctor, so if someone out there is like, this isn't technically everything correct, you can let me know in the comments, but this is from what I've been told and what I know about what issues I've been having. I'm going to explain it the best that I know how, because I haven't been to medical school. All I know is what I've been told, all that kind of stuff. But there's a blockage between my kidney and my bladder, where the urine goes down. So, which causes your urine to kind of back up, and you can get infections, and it also causes your kidney to swell, which causes pain, and causes all kinds of a slew of other problems. So that's what I have. I've got it mild in my left and a little bit worse than my right. So, by a little bit, a lot worse than my right. Basically, the risk to me or my baby is very low. There's not a lot of risk that something will happen to either one of us. Mainly, it's just really painful and uncomfortable for me, and there's no real way to cure it except for have the baby, which we're almost there. If you have it early in your pregnancy, a lot of times they'll put stents in and things like that. But I'm far enough along to where it does not, if they're going to do anything, they're going to induce me, is basically what my midwife said. They're not going to put a stent in when I'm 39 weeks pregnant, and it will resolve once he's born. That just wouldn't make any sense. So, that is kind of the diagnosis on my kidneys. I know a lot of you guys in the pregnancy update that I posted were really concerned about me and wanted answers to what was going on. And I wanted to give you answers, but I didn't have answers myself. So I couldn't really tell you guys what was going on. But hydronephrosis basically caused all of the kidney problems I've been having. And the only thing that will resolve it is having my baby. And until then, we're just kind of, I'm managing the pain and taking it easy and waiting to have my baby, basically. Hydronephrosis is very common in pregnancy. Majority of women have it to some degree. Most of them don't even realize they have it, but for it to get to the point that it has with me is uncommon. That's not normal. But having it period is normal, but it getting to this point is not normal, if that makes sense to you guys. I wanted to just fill you guys in on what was going on with my kidneys. I know a lot of you guys care and were worried about me, and I didn't want to kind of leave you guys hanging and then not give you another update and not tell you guys what was going on. I wanted you guys to kind of be somewhat in the loop. If someone else has had this and it's gotten to this point, or they're like, that's what happened to me, or this is something happened, this situation is similar to what they went through, I would like to hear from you guys. And if you want to message me on Instagram or something like that, and tell me kind of what happened to you, that would be really interesting to me to find out about. I don't know anyone that this has happened to. So that would be something kind of cool to hear what they did with you and things like that. I'm hoping that I have this baby sooner than later. I don't want to be induced. I'd like to have him naturally in the birth center. They don't do inductions in the birth center. If I have to have an induction, it will have to be in a hospital. Like I said, my due date's in 4 days, so hopefully he'll come sooner than later. I'm planning on posting this probably the next morning after I film it, so I probably will not have had him yet still when you are watching this. So say a little prayer for me and him, and that we have him soon. And yeah, I think that's it. Follow me on Instagram. That's going to be, especially once I have him, where you will find out. If you wait to find out on YouTube, I can't promise when you will find out how long after he's here when that will be announced. I can tell you that on Instagram you won't have to wait very long. So make sure that you go and you follow me on there, and make sure you like and subscribe to this video, like and subscribe to the video, like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if something else happens, I'll try to keep you guys updated. But me and baby are both doing really well, and we're thankful that it's not something worse than what it is, and that other than a lot of pain and discomfort and all that kind of stuff, there's no real health risk to him or I that's likely to happen anyway. So yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye, guys.